Hey guys, Chris here, Morgan Pipes. Once again, late night. I feel like it's the only time I can get to do one of these videos, but um, smoking a Bones 20. I took the most absolutely messed up one in the batch for myself. Sorry, this one's really bad. It's hard to show on video, but it's actually not round on the outside. And it's extremely heavily blasted. So I thought it was kind of cool. With some GLPs, Temple Bar. I love this stuff. It's got a really, really interesting room note. The flavor's great, but the room note is, or just sort of the aroma is really unique. So it's a plug. I know, I cut at an angle, just habit. It sucks when you get down to like just a little nub, and then you're like cutting it crossways, but screw it. So I'm smoking that. There's, I don't know, some critters in the bushes. So anyway, basically it's a red and golden Virginia with Orientals and a little bit of Perique for complexity. And it is just that. That's what it tastes like. So I don't know if there's anything else I could really say about the composition of the blend, but I can kind of give you an idea of the flavor. If you haven't had it, you should definitely at least get a tin of it. I mean, it's like $12, $12.50. I mean, that's kind of what this hobby's all about, is trying different things, which I'm totally one of those guys that finds something I really like and I just latch onto it. So I understand if you're one of those people. The flavor is very similar to just a very deep, dark, I guess you could say almost exotic, but just a heavy Oriental. But the aroma is something that I was really picking up on. Greg and I think we talked a little bit about this. I was super busy with the wedding and all that stuff around the time that he was creating, getting ready to launch, and then launching this product. So I didn't really get to taste the primary version or any of the the samples as they were coming through, or even really this till a couple weeks after it came out. Might have been a month after it came out, because I wasn't buying any tobacco. I was recouping all of my money from the move. But the aroma on this is really cool. It's got this almost, like when you're a kid and you'd have you sharpening your pencils with the manual pencil sharpener. It almost has that kind of aroma, like that, like almost cedar, but not cedar lumber. It's like cedar pencil shavings, which I thought was kind of fun. It's a really unique and sort of God, it's late, so I'm bad with words. But what are you gonna do? It kind of brings you back. The other thing that I'm getting off of it is a lot of like caramel flavor, burnt sugar, which is cool. And then, of course, that exotic spice that Orientals are known for. A little bit of nasal burn, which I'm a huge fan of. I don't know why. I love that about blends. Couldn't do much. Couldn't explain much about like the nicotine content. Nicotine doesn't really affect me. I would put this just guessing I would put this in sort of a medium strength area. The Perique I think is fairly minimal, so it's not going to add to the nicotine punch that you would get in a heavier blend. But it's good. I like it. Like always, that's all I can say. I dig it. I'm primarily a Virginia guy, so the red and yellow Virginias really suits me. I am definitely a Perique guy. I wish someone would come out with a straight, or I don't know, like a heavy Perique-based blend. Maybe I should talk to Greg about that. That'd be fun. Just like, yeah, this thing's got like 75% Perique in it. And then there's some Virginias as condiments. I think that'd be kind of fun because I have smoked straight Perique. It is absolutely a special experience. Definitely have something sweet around with lots of sugar to counteract that nicotine vibration that you will get. But I like it. I like the really deep, dark, some would say that they're kind of, that the gross, muddled flavors, but I really like that. I've mentioned this before, but I am a bottom of the bowl smoker. I like everything that kicks in right about here is what I really like. So, other than that, I don't know what to talk about. I'm watching Mr. Robot on Netflix. I just kind of had the tickle to get on here and sort of do a little video and talk about stuff. I don't know. I'm the house is being built. The foundation is being poured tomorrow, so we're waiting for all that stuff to happen. I got myself an e-bike recently. I've always been sort of fascinated with motorcycles. Ever since I was a kid, I really wanted to get into that. And through my friendship with the Dagners, particularly Jason, his affinity for building and all that kind of stuff when it comes to motorcycles, he kind of re-sparked that interest in me, and I've really been thinking about getting a bike, for, I don't know, at least the past 6 months. I was just like, oh, what should I buy? Should I get this? Should I get a Harley? Should I get a Cleveland Cycle Works? Should I, buy an old Triumph and have it as a project bike and that kind of stuff? But I kind of got to the point where I realized the amount of traffic around here, the amount of accidents that happen, the amount of just stupidity that people exude. I ride my bicycle everywhere. It just makes more sense. I mean, we just got out of summer here, and we are I don't want to say a destination stop, but we're sort of that town on the way to Santa Cruz, California. And so everyone pulls through here, and there's traffic everywhere. Everyone's on their phones, they're not paying attention, and I almost get hit. It's one of those things. I'll come home and I'll tell my wife, I almost got hit today, and she's like, yeah, what's new? I constantly am almost always getting hit, or always almost getting hit, rather. So I just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get a bike. It's not worth it. If I get hit going 10 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, that's one thing. If I get hit going 45, I could be dead, But I will get one. I'll get a bike at some point, motorcycle at some point. But it's just, I don't know. I got to go with my gut. Something about this area just doesn't feel right for motorcycling, as it were. So I got myself an e-bike. Should be coming in a couple of weeks from Saunders, Sondors, and the website's gosaunders.com. Pretty cool thing. This guy named Storm Saunders founded it. The bike starts at $4.99. It's ridiculously inexpensive. It'll do up to 20 miles on a charge, full electric, or up to 50 on pedal assist. So for me, that's great. I'm kind of in a little pocket in Silicon Valley where it's beautiful. We have lots of open space area. But the problem is that it's all way the hell up there. So on my mountain bike, I'll do a 4-mile incline climb, and I'll get to the top where the trailhead is, and I'm going uphill for 4 miles. By the time I get to the trailhead, I don't really want to ride anymore. I'm exhausted. So now it can get me to those places that are further out. We've got hundreds of miles of just nothingness if you can get there. Hundreds of square miles, I should say. And that's, I like being out in the woods. It's just, I live in a very populated area, and it sucks for someone like me who wants to get out and do stuff. But I'll be doing, GoPro videos and YouTube videos and stuff on that when I get the bike. I've got a mount. I might get a helmet cam or helmet mount for the cam, so that would be kind of cool. Show you guys sort of where I live. But that's pretty much it. A little update on inventory for you guys who are wondering. I've had a lot of emails on, hey, do you have this, do you have that? If it's not on the site, it's not available, and just assume that it will never be available again. It's just kind of the way it works. A simple explanation is, the 20, for example. This is adapted from the Blackjack 20, 20. We had another name for it, but apparently it was a slur in Great Britain. So we had to, if you don't know about it, don't worry. It was sort of an interesting little side joke for a while. But, we ended up staying with the model number. I packed this one too damn tight is the problem here. And that's basically what it's called. But, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Okay, we'll put that down so I can talk for a minute. The 20 bones requires a Blackjack 20 to be made. Now, if that pipe doesn't make it into the Blackjack series, which is my current premium traditional line of pipes, then it becomes a bones. The stem is fairly generic. There's no metal. The shaping can be whatever the hell the workers feel like making it. I have some 20s that are like billiards. This one's a Dublin, obviously. I have some that look like weird eggs and stuff just because there's a pit. Let's grind it off. Screw it, And you guys can get those for $39. I mean, it's sort of my my way of making things a little more affordable for the guys that can't afford, the Blackjack line. Now, personally, I really like the natural finish. It feels good to me. But some guys want something a little more classed up, a little more premium looking. Now, the drilling on the Blackjack line is going to be far superior to the Bones line. Shaping far superior, the finish far superior. It's night and day. It's not even comparable. So, just to kind of explain that. So, what I'm trying to say is, if you don't currently own a Bones 20 and you want one, or a Bones pot, or like the stubby shapes, get it, because they may not come back. I don't know. We have to see what the desire is, for the demand is for any more of the stubby Blackjacks, because quite honestly, I've got new stuff coming. I have new shapes coming. I have new lines coming. Multiple new lines coming. So, if you want to wait for those, cool. If you like the current offerings, then pick them up, because they may not be around when you finally decide to do it. I just wanted to put that out there, let people know. As always, I appreciate all you guys, your support. It means a lot to me. It really does. I mean, I'm thankful every day that I get to do what I love for a living. Like someone was, who was it? I was talking to someone the other day. I, they probably watch me, so I'm not going to say it. But basically, they mentioned what their job was, and I felt bad for them. I was just like, God, that sucks. Like, you make a ton of money, um, much more than I do, but they're like unhappy with it, and for me, that doesn't compute. So I'm very thankful for the support that you guys give me. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my family. Um, and I mean, it just, come on. I'm a happy guy because of this, and not just because of this, but because I get to do something that makes other people happy. I've always said this, my job is to make smiles. When you come home and you've had a shitty day, you reach for one of these, and you reach for one of these, and you pack some of this in it, and you light it up, and it's meditation, it's zen, it's quiet, it's me time, whatever you want to call it. It is that mini vacation at the end of every day that you get. And I am the trying to find the words for it. It is my pleasure to be able to provide people with that. I know I need it, and because of that, if I can make just another person, like one other person, happy, it means the world to me. So, thank you very much, guys. As always, I know I get really sappy with this stuff, but it's important. There's a guy out there who needs this. This is going to bring down his blood pressure, and it's going to make him feel part of a community. Not just this, but any pipe, anything. A corn cob, something that he hack a limb off a tree and drill some holes in it, and he can sit there and kind of feel the warmth of the wood. That's important. There are no crappy pipes. Keep that in mind. If you enjoy it, then it is the best pipe in the world. Period. So there's my little tidbit of wisdom for the day. That's 17 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm sorry it was a long video, but hope everyone's having a fantastic week, and look forward to my new videos. I'm going to have some cool stuff coming up, and you guys are going to hear about it in Technicolor, or whatever the fuck they say. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go back to watching my show. Hope y'all are doing well, and hope your families are safe, happy, and healthy. And I'll talk to you soon.